Working hard, got 2 jobs, Friday night, but thank you, Lord, there's 2 checks. It's 2 checks. Yeah. Game of spades, beer the flight, I'm talking straight, but you goddamn right. Now who's next? Get off my table. Who's next? Yeah. Huh? I don't dance a boogie. Somebody tell a DJ, put on my song. We grown and we want a 2-step. That's the new flex. Yeah, 2-step to this, 2-step. Everybody come on. Come on. Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Worldwide Crypto and Gaming. I'm your host, Drag Rider, and today is another Behind the Bullshit podcast. Yes, sir. It's the unfiltered, unedited, uncensored discussions with various personalities around the not only just the crypto space. I mean, I've had people from I had Overt Flow from he's MMA, boxing, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So what I do is we kind of do a deep dive on my guests, and we talk about how they started, where they got to where they are today, and some of the bullshit along the way. And today we got another some special guests. I don't get to say that very often. You got to enunciate the S on it because these are guests. So bring it to the stage. We got Crypto Bros and a Holly Girl. Let's go. We got Caleb, Josh, and of course, Holly Girl.
Oh, what's up, man?
Hey, guys.
What's going on? Hey, man. Hey, I I apologize for being a little bit late. Today's a very, very stressful day trying to make it home in time.
Yeah. Yes. Like I was telling you earlier, man, we're usually on the other end of that, so we completely understand. So don't worry about it whatsoever. We're just happy to be on.
Absolutely. All right. So before we really get into, you guys, let's do a little bit of introductions, and just a little bit of background on you. So we'll start with Caleb.
All right, I'm Caleb. That's me.
Subscribe.
Yeah. Please like and subscribe.
Yeah.
I'm the tall, quiet one.
Okay.
Yeah. That's all I got to say.
Where are you from?
Kansas City, Missouri.
Kansas City.
The Kansas City area. Yep.
Let's go. Hey, there's an actual there's a influencer fest out there that I'm probably going to make it to.
Oh wow.
Oh, awesome.
There's man. I'll have it. I'll mention it before because the name is escaping me right now. But yeah, Josh.
Yeah.
Who are you? Where are you from, man?
Yeah. So I am Josh. Caleb's actually my real life brother. Even though he's better looking and way taller, he is younger than me. But I am also from the Kansas City, Missouri area, and we've been doing this for 2 years. As a matter of fact, yesterday was our 2-year anniversary. So we know all about the trials and tribulations of streaming and putting together a podcast.
Wow, that's amazing. Happy anniversary to you.
Thank you.
That is amazing. And Holly Girl, who are you? Where are you from?
Oh, I'm Holly Girl. That's what people know me on as Twitter or Let Me Holly at You.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah. So I'm actually from Phoenix, Arizona. The bros actually had me on their podcast 2 years ago almost, and we all decided, hey, that was fun, let's do it again. And so we just kind of continued, and it's been a good time.
That is awesome, because I was that was going to be that was like what I was going to kind of lead into, was like, because you got Crypto Bros and the Holly Girl, so obviously it started off with the bros and they added the Holly Girl afterwards. So let's kind of just dive into that. Like, how exactly did that happen?
Yeah, so we struggled early on, man. We had our first few podcasts were ridiculously dumb and poor quality. And if you go back and look at them, we left them up just for full transparency of where we started and where we are now. Yeah. But we finally got to the point where the quality was better. We started to feel comfortable with it, and we were like, we need to have a guest on. And I kept seeing this Holly Girl let me holler at you on Twitter. And she was always positive. And I thought, I'm going to just ask her. So I reached out to her and she was okay with it. And I called her up and we talked for like 2 hours on the phone. And we had her on and she was all nervous and was all worried. True story, but it was a great time. And we were editing it and putting it together because at that time we weren't going live with anything. And as we were doing it, I just looked at the bros and I was like, guys, is it super weird that I think she should be part of the podcast all the time? And they're like, no, we were thinking the same thing. But it was almost like dating. So it was like, I can't call her right now and ask her to do it because that'd be super weird.
I got to wait a couple days for the follow-up.
So I actually just waited till the next day. And I was like, hey, this is what we're thinking. And she was all about it. And she's been on ever since. And that was, I think we started 2 years ago. Holly joined us about 3 months into the journey. And we've been going ever since.
Yeah.
That is awesome. That's amazing. So Holly, from your end, when you got the call, like what was your experience? Like how did you feel through that?
So this is so crazy. So I think it was the day of that they asked me if I wanted to come on the podcast. That day I was talking to one of my other friends and we're like, it would be fun to be on a podcast. And I was like, I don't know if I want to run one like myself or whatever, but being on somebody's podcast would be a lot of fun. And then all of a sudden I get this message from the bros and I was like, well, this sounds fun, and I'm kind of like, I like to take risks and it's something I really wanted to try. And so we did it and I was very nervous. It was bad. But I don't know. It was like I was at home. And so to me, when they asked full time, I mean, it was like kind of in the back of my mind thinking like it was, it would be really fun to be on full time. And so when they asked, it was just there was no question about it. I was going to do it. They could have called me 5 minutes after and I would have been like, heck yeah, let's do it. Cause I had that much fun. And I mean, they're like my brothers. They really are like my brothers. They put me into my place when I need it.
Once in a while, we have to.
I don't sugarcoat anything, which that is my favorite thing about people. I don't like the bullshit. So I can either fix it or tell you, that's your problem, deal with it.
Absolutely.
So it's been a journey. It's been so much fun.
That's awesome. Yeah. I'm also, as of January 1st, this was my 2-year, that was my 2-year anniversary as a content creator or whatever.
Congrats.
Yeah,
and that was the start of of the Behind the Bullshit podcast. Buddy of mine, he was like, hey, you ought to do one. You just start one and just see how it goes. And I was like, man, it's been actually pretty successful so far. And I started off with just doing like AMAs and reviews and stuff for different cryptocurrencies and stuff like that. And then so I'm starting to do this and I'm like really, really enjoying this. I enjoy the conversations and stuff. And it's amazing and very interesting to hear the different beginnings and stuff that and the different things that people go through throughout their content creation or whatever through their professional careers. I want to say I would think we all consider ourselves professionals at this point.
Depends on the day.
Yeah, it really does depend on the day.
So how did just the bros, how did that start? What led to that conversation? Like, hey, you know what? Let's do let's start a podcast.
Caleb, you want to tell the story?
Go ahead.
So here's where we were at. We all used to work together. We were plumbers, as a matter of fact, at like 3 years ago, and things happened and we all kind of quit our jobs at about the same time. And what we did is we rented an old bank that was shut down and we were spending every day trading. And that's what we were doing. Okay. And when the market was a full-blown bull market, we were busy.
Yeah.
We didn't have a lot of time. And then all of a sudden it started to change. And we were sitting around bored most of the time because there wasn't a lot of trading spots. And we were like, let's put together a podcast, because at the time we were helping people set up wallets and different things like that.
Yeah.
And so we did it, and it was super cheesy and kind of dumb, but it was fun. And it was all about crypto. I mean, just everything had to do with crypto.
Yeah.
And then it kind of evolved into like gaming and wrestling and all the things that we enjoy, and just having a good time and just having conversation. And that's when it became really fun. Yeah, we did it. We have a taste test, which is normally horrendous. But then when Holly came on, she just added that to the conversation where it was just genuine. And we still talk about cryptocurrencies when there's something to talk about, but otherwise we just have a good time. We just have conversations, and we love having guests on. And that's just kind of how it all got started to where it kind of is now, I guess.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's awesome. It's that initial conversation, especially like when you first start, and then you first turn the camera on, and you're like, "Hi,
Yeah.
welcome to the show."
Yeah. Now what do we do? These 3 ideas we thought we had were going to last an hour. We
Like
burned
5 minutes.
35 seconds. What are we going to do with the rest of the time? But I will tell you, man, anybody that's thinking about starting a podcast and anything like that, as long as you believe in it, it really doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, because we absolutely have a blast when we get together and we film. Actually, most of the best times are when the camera's not even rolling. I mean, we may spend 15 minutes beforehand or 3 hours afterwards. Just, all of a sudden it's like, it's late. We've got to go, and I've got to start editing this. So, but it's just, pick the people that you love and that you can trust. And, we've met each other in person, even though Holly lives in Phoenix. She came up. I coach high school girls basketball. She came up and watched us play, and we hung out for the weekend, and we met for our 1-year anniversary in Vegas. And in 2 weeks, I guess, we're going to meet for our 2-year anniversary. So it truly is more. There is a friendship that's there. I mean, it's family, to be honest with you. If we were to ever stop doing the podcast, Caleb and I obviously are going to stay in touch because we are really brothers, but Holly is our sister, and she's not going anywhere, even if,
Well, they're stuck with me. They are.
Yeah.
Stuck with me.
That's good. But
no, man, it's awesome. It is awesome.
Yeah. And, it's especially a good thing, when you can, that's the great thing about, not just the internet, but even just Web3 itself. It has brought together like so many different people from all over the place. Like, my partner that I actually started WWC with, which he took a step back because he's full on like developer and everything like that, and like he didn't really have the time for this. So I continued WWC, and then he continued to develop links and on from there. And it was, I've never met him. You know what I'm saying? And we're business partners. You know what I'm saying? And we've never, he's in Georgia, I'm up here. We've never actually. We plan to eventually, but man, life is so busy, and we understand that. But you know what I'm saying? We have such a good working relationship that it really wasn't even necessary. I mean, we work very, very well together. You know what I'm saying? And and even beyond that, like a lot of the people that you meet along this way, across this journey, it's the different types of people, like people you never thought, you're like, hey, oh man, he's super famous. Oh, he's having a conversation with me. It's like, oh,
yeah. And we're not shy. We'll ask anybody to be on, and a lot of people won't respond, or they'll just say, I can't do that or whatever. But it's pretty cool when they do, and you never know what conversation is going to bring out. I mean, we've been lucky enough to have some really good guests, and it's been a blast, man.
Yeah. So what was your first experience with somebody, or like what was your first feeling of the very first time like you reached out to somebody and they either not responded or declined?
That was probably mine, and it was John Caroni.
Yeah.
He responded. He just declined.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it was, we're busy. we're busy working on stuff. But once this quarter is over, you know, we'll get back to it. And so I was like, okay, cool. You know, because I was all about Safe Moon. And so I was like, okay, you know, that's a good answer. And then he went to jail. So
Yeah, I'm busy going to jail.
See after I get out of jail.
Oh man.
Whoops.
So that happened. But other than that, like, I don't know. I mean, other than, you know, super famous people that we just reached out to just to see, there hasn't been that many people who've actually declined that we've asked, really.
No, and we've had many people ask us that we would have never even thought of, not because we didn't like them, but it was like, I don't know, we kind of felt like we were beneath some of the people that chose to come on, and it's been pretty cool. But yeah, besides the superstar people that we just don't have that reach that they're wanting to come on our podcast, besides them, really it's been pretty easy to get people to come on.
Oh, that's all. Well, I'll tell you, like, I've had a few that were just like, you know, I reached out and they were like, hey, you know, hit me up when you got about 50,000 more subs, or, you know, something like that. And it's like, yeah, I'm like, come on, man. Cause I'll reach out to anybody. I'll hop in your DMs. Like we've known each other forever. Like, hey bro, what's up, man? Hey, look, time to come on the channel, man. You know what I'm saying? This and that, you know, and some people either take that like, oh, cool. Hey, you know, hey, let's get it scheduled. You know what I'm saying? And some people are just like, yeah, get out my face with that. Are you paying me for that? What?
But we actually, I won't name any names, but we actually had somebody that we kind of, I guess, assumed that we were friends with. And then when it kind of got down to the nitty gritty about actually coming on the podcast, they were told us how much they cost. And we were like, sorry, we thought we were friends. Like, that's not going to happen. Like, I think you might think a little bit more of yourself than what we think of you. So sorry, you know, but yeah.
Like, on the flip side of that too, I've actually had people ask me, hey, can we come on your podcast? How much do you guys charge? And, you know, we're just all about the fun. So we're like, I'm like, what do you mean? What do we charge? It's me. Like,
are you making money at this? What?
And I guess they're just used to, you know, paying people to get on there, but that's not, I mean, for me and the bros, we're just not about that. It's more about fun and getting the word out there. So you don't got to pay us. Just come on.
Come hang out.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
but that's why we always say yes when people ask us to come on too, because we are on that side of it where, you know, schedules are hard to match up sometimes and things like that. So when you reached out, I was like, heck yeah, we'll come on. Like, no problem. You know, we've never had a bad experience with a guest before. Maybe we're lucky that way. I don't know. But so I'm like, well, come hang out, and I don't have to touch any keys. I can just talk and it's all good.
Do the work. Get it done. Get it done. Let's go. Cameras ain't rolling yet.
I'm gonna need you to turn your mic up a little bit. Okay, this is bad. No, I don't have to mess with any of that today, so it's all good.
Yeah, I really like the collabs, and, you know, especially the networking aspect of all of this, you know, because you never know who you come across, and you never know, like, eventually say, hey, you know, somewhere down the line, like, hey, you know what? I've got this great, you know, business thing, and this person might be the perfect thing for it. You know what I'm saying? And you never know what kind of like business opportunities comes from like collabs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And even just like, you know, like we said earlier, you know, just the friendships and stuff like that, man, you know, because I've been on many people's channels and stuff, because I consider myself a small streamer. I'm not any kind of, you know, I don't wear no kind of pants nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Even at the house, you know, my wife runs things around here, you know. So, so, you know, it's like, you know, it's just, you know, just getting out and hanging out with people, and, you know, just seeing how, you know, different communities, you know, interact with other content creators and stuff like that. You know, it's amazing, because some people, man, their community is just so like wild and crazy about, you know, the show and stuff. You know, it's like, man, this is amazing. And you know, I really like to, you know, for me, it's just seeing all that and just being like, man, that is cool, you know, and not even like in any kind of envious thing, you know. I'm genuinely like appreciative and genuinely just just to be able to see, you know, the interactions like that, you know what I'm saying? It's man, it's something amazing, you know?
Yeah, we say it all the time, man. We're rooting for everyone to succeed. It's not just about us. We want everyone to win. So it's whatever we can do to help with that. And sometimes we don't know what that is, but we tell everybody comes on, hey, reach out if you need something. Let's do this together. Like, you know, whatever that looks like. Because I would actually more than likely want other people to succeed more than I want myself or us to succeed. Like, we're going to be friends. So I feel like we already won.
Yeah.
So, hey, let's go. You know, whatever that looks like.
Yeah. So, Holly girl, before you joined the, before you joined up with the bros, like, what was kind of your experience with social media, beforehand? I know, and I'm asking specifically because I know, like, especially like in crypto and stuff, I know, women kind of really get treated a certain way, especially when they hop into like X Spaces or excuse me, it used to be Twitter Spaces, and it's a different type of thing. So what was your experience?
So I mean, I joined Twitter. I mean, my account, I think, says I joined in like 2009. But it was stagnant all the way up until 2020. And it was number one. I wanted to see what next ridiculous tweet Donald Trump was going to throw out there. So that was fun. Also, Elon Musk was tweeting a lot about Doge. So Doge was kind of my entry into crypto. I had heard about Bitcoin and Ethereum before that, but Doge was really the one I kind of took a dive and got in, which wasn't my worst idea ever. Like, I'm glad I did. But social media side, like Twitter is a whole nother world. It really is. Or X, I should say, is a whole, like, it's a different experience. I've noticed that a lot of the men are very chauvinistic out there, and they look at women as if we are dumb or beneath when it comes to crypto. And it's kind of funny because when I start to have conversations with people and I start to explain to them how to, like, where to go on the blockchain to see certain transactions and that, they're shocked. Like, holy crap, this girl knows what she's doing. And
there's a brain in there.
It's just like, I think I started out, honestly, in David Gokhshtein spaces.
I don't like that guy.
No, I'm not a big fan of him either, but me and him were going, at it with SafeMoon. And I actually was part of that whole, getting him to buy SafeMoon. And he did. He finally was, it was like a whole thing. But it was his spaces that made me realize, like, okay, Holly, you're smarter than a whole lot of these men, and take them to school, right? And so that's kind of, and all of a sudden, like, my followers started going insane, and just, it just kind of spiraled into like craziness. But then, the downfall of SafeMoon and then me supporting that kind of like tainted me because everybody was just so used to me being part of that ecosystem. And, I had rose-colored glasses on. I didn't want to see it for what it was. But now I do. And so now all of my friends or the community of SafeMoon, they don't like me anymore because I'm like, no, you guys, the writing's on the wall. Everything all these people were saying about SafeMoon and John are actually true. I mean, it's just, and so now, like, I have the following, but people don't really want to engage anymore because I've flipped sides, I guess. I don't know. Like, it's the weirdest. People are very different. And I keep telling myself that. But some people are just freaking weird. They're just weird. There's no other word for it, sadly.
Yeah. Well, especially, man, in the crypto space, man, because the crypto space is something that's really, really kind of different, even amongst social media. It's because you do get a lot of that just I want to say just cult mentality and stuff like
Tribalism.
that. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
no one wants to listen to a different opinion. No one wants to listen, especially if you're invested in something. You don't want to hear no FUD. You know what I'm
Don't
saying?
flood my bags.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
Bags.
Even if it's the truth, even if it's like,
Yeah.
hey, I found this, say it come across the blockchain. Hey, I found this, I'm questioning why this wallet was airdropped, all this amount of tokens and stuff before, before launch, and even questioning stuff. I've noticed that a lot of people are just like, oh no, you're FUD the bag. Oh, get him out of here. Rah, grab your pitchforks and torches,
Well, and the craziest thing is, everybody says, the Safe Moon Army is strong. Okay, that's true. The Safe Moon Army is strong, but they are mean. I was part of that, and we were mean. I just can't even believe that I just was part of that. Now stepping out and looking in, and even to this day, there's still people who refuse to see things for what they are. They're mean. They're mean.
Yeah.
Bullies.
Yeah.
Because it's not that you can't just FUD, but even if you even start talking about another token, people get upset because that's money that you could be putting into my project and blah blah blah.
Exactly.
And
If you would have just our chart would have plumped,
But we preach all the time. It's like, hey, we're going to tell you what to buy, but you should be diversified. If you're not being diversified, you're doing it wrong. And there are certain people out there who would rather put, say, $20,000 into one token, hoping it 1,000 X's, and I'm like, I hope it does, but that's just not the strategy I would choose.
There was quite a few people that like took loans out on their houses and all kinds of stuff when
I know
at the top, like we're back there now, but like when it started falling,
that's right.
It was pandemonium in the streets because everybody was like, don't talk bad. This is, my life savings is in this. Well, first of all, you fucked up.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, there was a time, and I mean, even to this day, like people are still kind of doing it, but there was actually somebody in a space telling people to get out of their 401k and to put it into crypto, specifically into SafeMoon. And I couldn't believe what I was hearing, because that is the worst. That I don't care if you say non-financial advice before you say it. That's financial advice.
Yeah, and it's bad financial advice.
Not financial advice, but you need to buy this now or you're gonna die.
Sell everything.
It's insanity for people to actually think that like any project in crypto is 100% safe. It's not. It's really not even Bitcoin. I mean, nothing is safe.
Yeah.
So to give your life savings and put it into crypto, that's insanity. I don't know.
It is, especially, you got all these people that they see that, they only want to pay attention to the positives. They only want to pay attention to the people that threw in a couple $100 and now they're, they got $1 million. You know what I'm saying? They only want to see that instead of like getting some actual knowledge and checking out the industry, checking out, trends and all that stuff, not even just necessarily chart reading and stuff, just the basics. Like you said, just going to the scans and see, learning how to even just look at it. You know what I'm saying? And people are just on hopes and dreams like, oh, I'm going to take this little bit and this is my last. I'm going to starve for the next week, but you know what? I'm going to buy this and the next thing it either rugs or something, or the chart just dumps, or you know what I'm saying? And they're like, oh my God, it was a scam. Crypto is a scam. Crypto is a scam. It's like, get out of here.
And it seems like too that the people that put like $20 in are the loudest people in the space.
I know.
I mean, I hear people just going nuts, and I'm like, if you know how much money I had invested in Doge, you might lose your mind.
Yeah.
Like it's like it's going to be all right. I promise you it is. But I do feel sorry for some people though, because like you mentioned earlier, man, if you're taking a loan out on your house, or you're cashing out 401ks, or you're touching college funds or things like that, we tell people all the time, do not invest anything more than what you can afford to lose. That, I mean,
right now, what you can afford right now.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what people forget is there is a future. We're not going to be in a bull run forever. I mean, we're not, I don't even think we're there yet, to be honest with you. We're almost there, but we're not quite there.
Close.
But I really feel like people invest and don't think about the future, that you may, you know, you may have to pull those funds out for whatever comes your way. Because seriously, like I know some people had housing issues, you know, some things with the house, they had to sell their bag and people ridiculed them.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, just because you sold? Well, what about the person who sold like 100,000 that didn't even buy their tokens? What about those people? Be mad at them?
What?
They don't want to hear about that.
What are you talking about?
Hang Ollie.
Yeah, that influencer pumped the chart though. You know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Pumped it, then dumped it, and then everybody has wondered what happened to him.
Yeah, it was Holly who needed house repairs. It was her dump that killed it all.
Yeah.
You know, and it's sad, you know, because, you know, like when I first got into crypto, like I didn't get into it until I think it was like December. I think it was December of 2020. You know, and it was like I heard it on Robinhood, you know, Doge was getting listed or whatever, and I'd say, oh, okay, you know, let me throw $100 into it. You know, I was like, oh man, you know, and I was one of those, oh, is this $100? Oh man, I bought this many tokens. Oh, when it hits $1, it's going to, oh wow, this is going to be amazing. You know what I'm saying? And then it started to run up, and I was like, woo, like yeah, this is awesome, isn't it? You know, I kind of that was my initial getting bit by the crypto bug and everything. And then you know, I cashed out because I was really paying attention to the SNL episode with Elon.
Yes, that's what it was.
And I was watching it. Next thing you know, like he said something, I forget exactly what he said, but it was like, hey, that was weird. And I started seeing the chart, like it was, I mean, it was at like
a scam, 60, I think is what he said.
Yeah, it was at like it was about to hit like 70 cents or something like that. And I seen it drop to like 69. I was like,
me too.
Oh, I panicked. I sell, you know.
Yes.
I sold at 68 cents, and then I seen that thing drop all the way to like the 20s. I was like, wow. Then I took that and I bought some more, and it ran up to like 38 or something like that. And I cashed out it then. I was like, you know what? I you know, that's when I really started to like, you know what? I need to know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah, I need to understand what's happening.
I need to understand this, and I need to, you know, so that's when I started looking at other cryptocurrencies and stuff like that, and actually obtaining knowledge of like, oh, well, I didn't know, what is this swap? Oh, what? I ain't never heard of it. It ain't no if it wasn't on Robinhood, I didn't know what the hell it was. You know what I'm saying? So so, you know, I started looking at it, and I was like, oh, then it was like, oh, not your crypto, you know, not your keys, not your crypto. I was like, oh, you know what? I figured out how to create a wallet. I started pulling my stuff to my wallets and stuff like that, you know. And then, you know, but that wasn't a fun and exciting time too, because at that point, you know, of course, I didn't experience the bear market. I experienced just stuff going up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And, you know, and it just kept going throughout the year. You know what I'm saying? And I had a lot of different plays that was like, I never imagined I would have access to zeros like that. You know what I'm saying? Like on a bunch of different stuff, you know.
Yeah, because you couldn't lose at that time.
No.
I literally take a handful of darts, throw it, and like half of them.
It didn't matter.
It
was fun.
I made a few $1,000s on a coin called Little Baby Rabbit. What the hell? What the hell is Little Baby Rabbit? And I had like 4 quadrillion tokens.
Yeah.
So anytime it moved just a little bit, I was like, holy shit, this is amazing.
Yeah.
It
was out of control, but it was so much fun.
It was fun. But there's a lot of lessons learned during that time though, too. Like that shaped how I trade everything now, whether it's stocks or cryptos or whatever that is. Any investment that I have, it shaped how I think about everything. And it finally got me to be where there is no emotion in any trade I make whatsoever, you know, because emotion kills. And I'm like you though, man, when Doge was running and I got all these zeros, I'm like, what am I going to do? And I'm selling and I'm buying more and I'm selling, I'm buying more. But it was all just, there was this invincibility about the whole market at that time that was like, you can't lose, but it was a rush. right? And it was fun. And then when it started to turn, I started to see, oh, I get how you could lose a lot of money in this thing, and then learn how to take the emotion out of it, and then have been able to be successful even during the bear market because there's no emotional ties. It's just a cryptocurrency. Because we know people that are so emotionally tied to their cryptocurrencies that they claim, well, I'll never sell. And I always say, well, then what's the point?
Exactly.
You know, so
I mean, it's to make some money, not
You
to
know-
hold the zero.
But because you get in a project that is brand new and you have access to the CEO, to the CTO, all the influencers that are part of that project, you then start to bring the emotion in it because of the people you've met through it. Because I'm firsthand. Safe Moon I had every emotion. I was holding to the end, and I sure the hell did. I held to the end. When I heard they're filing bankruptcy, that's when I was like, I'm out. But there was one point where I saw a lot of zeros in my wallet, but it wasn't to my goal. And so I was holding out, and I will never do that again. I mean, I learned that lesson.
Yeah. And even with that, that was, I really, especially getting into when I got deep into DeFi, that was my first experience with the whole like cultish mentality, because I was one of those, I fell right into it, because I thought that was just how it was, it was like, it's mine was, the big one, like one of the big ones was Saitama, you know what I'm saying? It was like, and I bought in like super early, you know what I mean? And it was like everybody was like wallet chasing and just seeing who sold $10. You are getting out of here. Who is that? You know what I mean? It was like, at a point, that was like normal, because you could just about go into any TG, any Discord for any token, and it was the same shit you see all over the place. Like people were just like, I better not see anybody. We're going to the moon, and if you're not with us, you get the hell out. Like
sell your bag, just sell. And it's like you're actually encouraging people to leave. Like that's the weirdest thing to me. Never should encourage people to leave your project, especially DeFi, where we're trying to bring in mass adoption. You don't want people leaving. I mean, you don't, but you want people trading. That is the biggest thing right there. Like you don't.
But people have a hard time understanding that. They don't get that. They don't see that. It's like, I got to hold this back forever. No, it's healthy for the ecosystem if things are being traded. Volume. Especially in anything that's got reflections to it.
Yeah, if you want to have a tax token that provides reflection, you have to have the volume or your project is dead. Period.
Buy and sells. They both have to happen, or it's not going to work. Exactly. We have tokens out there in that same ecosystem right now that are just lame ducks because no one's trading them, buying or selling them, and so there are no reflections. And it's kind of sad, because I think more and more people are smartening up. And I think if anything good came out of that bear market, which I'm with Holly, I don't think we're quite out of it yet, but we're getting close. I think that people are smarter than what they were before. And I'm hoping that when the next bull market hits, and it really hits, that people are smart enough to actually make money. I mean, actually turn it into something they can spend, because too many people had so many zeros in their wallets, and they didn't do anything with it, and it's just disheartening to me, because like I said before, we want everybody to succeed, and a lot of people didn't succeed in the last one. So
and it's and a lot of that comes with the education, and it's just there's too many hopers and dreamers out there that's and they're listening to other people that and it just honest, man, just other people that haven't even made it. You know what I'm saying? That you're in this group, you're in this Telegram group, and nobody in there's made money selling crypto, but yet they want to tell you how to manage your bag. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, wait a minute. My parents always told me, hey, you follow the money. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if somebody's making some money, see what they're doing and learn some things, and then you might make some money. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that I kind of got out of that. For the first like 6 months of 2021, I kind of fell in it, and then it was like I started falling out of it. I'm like, this isn't right, because I had this one, I don't even remember the name of it. I had a token that I bought a bunch of, and it was like everybody was like diamond hands forever, this and that, rah. And then next thing you know, the dev pulled liquidity, and I was like, what just happened? What is this? And that was my first rug pull.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, well, that's what a rug pull is. Okay.
It goes straight down. It's like,
and I'm like, sell. I can't even sell 49%. What's wrong with my bag? I can't do nothing. And then, it's like, wow. It's like, okay, well, that was a very, very hard learning lesson, man. Because I watched. I mean, man, I think I had like 20 grand in that, which I got in at launch, and, it just shot up, and, I was like, oh yeah, this is awesome. This is I'm just going to let this sit. I'm not even going to watch it. I'm just going to let this sit. And you know what I'm saying? And, and then next day, it's like zero, and it's like,
it disappears.
That's a hard pill to swallow. Even if, I don't care how much money you've made in crypto, that losing 20 grand is a very hard pill to swallow. And it's like, I'm not losing that again. What do I got to do, and what do I need to learn to not let that happen again? I don't mind losing a couple $100 on a DJ play, but I'm not losing a few $1,000s just because I was just being ignorant.
But you go into that DJ play knowing that it's like pulling the lever on a slot machine. Like it's maybe 100x itself, or this may be for entertainment's sake. But
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm with you 100% on that too, because that's where I'm hoping that people learn, like you just said, like diamond hands. Okay, great. But are you in this to make money, or are you not? And then also greed. Don't be so greedy. Yes. It doesn't have to get to $1.5 million for you to sell your bag. Like if you can sell it and make a good profit on it, odds are at some point you could buy that bag back and still have proceeds, or sell in percentages, on the way up, sell. So make sure that you're getting something back. But hopefully people have learned, and if not, I don't know. I mean, I'm not their judge and jury or anything like that, but we try to get that information out there the best we can. But we're not telling you what to buy or when to buy it or anything like that. It's just, there's smart plays out there. And we saw a couple of weeks ago where people were all complaining about this new project and it being a rug or this or that. And it was very small deal. There were thousands of dollars to be made on the blue chips, and everybody was ignoring it because of their $200 or $300 bag and this new token that's out there. And I'm like, guys, you're missing the boat right now. Like, I can't tell you how many thousands of dollars you could be making right now playing blue chips. But I don't know. I think maybe that's just going to be a percentage of investors forever. But hopefully that percentage just gets smaller and smaller over time. Is my hope.
So how did y'all get into cryptocurrency? Like, what was your step of either hearing about it or being, somebody came and she's like, hey, you need to buy this thing, it's digital,
Right.
Yeah. I mean, for Caleb and I, it was Greg, the third bro who couldn't make it tonight. He came up and he kept telling us that we needed to get in to buy Doge. And I was like, okay, I don't need any of that. But then I was like, I do have this extra money here, and it's not earning me anything. So let me buy some Doge. And it made me a lot of money.
Yeah.
And then I sold it, and then I bought even more Doge. And then I sold that and bought even more. And I'm up a lot of money. And it's right in that bull market where you couldn't do anything wrong. I mean, I was trading Ethereum Classic. I was trading just things that I wouldn't even really think about now. And everything was up 25, 30%. Then it would have like a 30% spike one day, and I'd sell it. And, and that's kind of how it all happened for us. And because, like you said, Robinhood made it very easy for people to get into it. Yeah. And then you learn about swaps and wallets and how to read a blockchain and what actually, what a utility is for some of these. I had no idea what Doge did. I didn't really care. It just made me money, And I considered myself to be very lucky when we got into it too, because it could have went way worse. I could have got in 8 months later and lost my tail, you know?
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
that's how we got into it, was basically Doge. And then, you know, the BSC chain and other things like that just kind of evolved. And then when we met Holly, you know, I don't know, she's got a lot of friends that like to play around, and she's always saying something about a token. And I'm like, sure, I'll check it out.
Well, queen of the Degens. I love the Degen plays. I love it. Like, I've been playing Soul, like, and just increasing my bag, playing on all these stupid little Soul. Like yesterday, there was, you know, the whole P Diddy thing. There was a token somebody put out called the Diddler, and so I looked it up, and I was like, what? Throw $100 in there. It spiked. I think it went up 586%, and I sold it because I was like, you know what? I'm going to sell it now, and if it goes down, if I think there's potential, and look at it today, it's like nothing.
I was going to say, there's no potential. That is a 4-hour play right there, is what that is.
Exactly.
That's 100% of all of these Solana tokens right now.
Yeah.
And so if you have time to play for 4 hours back and forth, you will make money. Yeah. And I've been doing that for the last 2 weeks. It's been a damn good time, because all that I'm going to take and put it into blue chips. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, so.
Smart.
I mean, I have time. I get to work from home, so I have charts on one screen, work on the other, and I'm multitasking, trading, because I don't plan on working forever. So something's going to get me there.
Yeah, and then we can find some of these other tokens that are not necessarily mass adopted yet, or people don't know about them because they're not on Robinhood or whatever, that we get to meet the people, talk to the people, see what's going on there that are long-term holds for me that I believe in, and things like that. And you know, we still don't tell people to buy it, but hopefully through some of our interviews with some of the CEOs and things like that, that people can go get excited about it or look into it for themselves, which is a novel idea in itself, you know, that maybe I ought to do a little bit of my own research. But so, you know, we still have some of those plays, but Holly's the one that likes to play the DGen game. I'm more of a blue chip guy, and some of the other projects that I truly believe in. And you got Nobility on your screen there. You know, that's one of the ones that we've been in for a long time. And I'm excited for him. Yeah, for sure.
Amazing. He's one of my favorite guests that we've had on.
Yep.
And his baby is so dang cute. I
feel like his baby's going to get him like 15,000 more followers on X.
He's amazing. His wife is super, like, she's awesome too.
Yeah.
He's just a stand-up guy. There's nothing there's nothing about Kyle that I'm like, oh, I don't know. You know, he could be a little shady. I don't get that one bit from him. I just really like him and what he's doing for Nobility. That whole team is Rick. Amazing.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Man, them guys, my experience with them guys, man, because like I say, I bought into Nobility long, like launch type thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too. And I still have my bag. I have not touched it.
With, you know, with what they, you know, with their plans and just, you know, being genuine and actually like showing production on what they're trying to implement what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like that right there for me is like just one of those things is like you say, being able to talk and actually feel them out and get that indication. Okay, you actually have a plan. You actually have a business plan going. You actually have something that you're working towards, and you have the capabilities and the know how to do it, versus, you know, some of these other, you know, devs that we talk to, and it's like, wait a minute, you said you're gonna do all this, you know, where are you at on that? Oh yeah, you know, after launch, you know, we're gonna work, you know,
after launch,
we got all this marketing plans and you know this and that. It's like, wait.
Yeah, like you have these great ideas, but you have no way to make them happen.
Well,
it drives me insane.
It drives me absolutely insane. But the best part is when they all of a sudden come and be like, well, it was an experiment.
Yeah.
Oh, hell. So you're experimenting with money. This is a learning experience for you?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, well,
Glad I could fund that.
Yeah, hey, I like when they come in, you know, after a while, you know, especially when things start to die down and people actually start asking some real questions. And they're like, then next thing you know, they're like, hey guys, you know, just want to let you all know, you know, my mental stability has been in jeopardy, and I have to get some medical, you know, blah 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 blah, and somebody died, and I just can't handle the stress, and and the project's done. And then it's gone. And then they close the chat on the TG or something. It's like, wait, what are you talking about, God? Come on.
I've literally heard that story 2 or 3 times.
I have to so many times.
Yes.
We're just quiet because we're building. And then all of a sudden they'll like come back and be all loud. And it's like, what were you building? Where is it?
Yes.
Where is it?
Yes.
But now you're talking about something completely different that you're going to come out with because you're building. And it's like, where's all this crap? Like, where's your utility? Come on.
Hey, guys, don't worry. You know, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and just we're going to stop this, and we're going to relaunch and rebrand, and you know, this is going to be V2. You know, it's going to help everything. And the next thing you know, it's like, you know, that kind of didn't work out, but you know what? We have a brand new strategy, and you know, we're going to rebrand and relaunch V3. You know,
it's like
V3. Wait, what? What have you accomplished? You know, from you know from the first time, like what beginning? Well, you know, we hired this guy and he ran off with the money.
But we're gonna replace it. But we're gonna replace it, and then it never gets replaced.
Oh, we have enough. We have enough to continue this and to replace. You know, we're going to do a liquidity injection. We're gonna do a buyback and burn. You know, we're gonna. You know, it's like what?
I know Holly and I are thinking the exact same thing right now. I know we are. We won't name any names though.
Yeah, like it's so true because it's like,
excuse me.
You can actually, I think I can name at least 10 projects that are just this.
There's at least 2 big ones on the tip of my tongue, but I will refuse to name them. No, you know, but it's so true. And so here's where I'm at on that, man. And this is what I tell my friends off camera that really are interested in it. Like, they want my financial advice. And so this is what I always tell them is, don't worry about getting in early. If it is something that's going to succeed, and it has 8 zeros right now, if it's going to succeed and you buy in with 4 zeros and it hits a penny, you're still going to make enough money.
Exactly.
You may not make it as fast, but the odds of you losing it is way low. And that's how I play the game now. I am not looking to, and I'm a little bit older than I would say that you are. I know I am than Holly. And so my strategy is a little bit different because I'm not looking to be in it for 15 years. I'm looking to make plays that are going to make me financially where I want to be in the next 5 to 7 years, and see what happens, you know. But I know I can get, I say no, I mean, we know how the market is. I know I can get 10 to 15%, you know, in a 6-month period on some blue chips, easy.
Yeah.
Right. So if I've made enough money in Doge earlier,
right now you could.
Oh yeah, you can do it in a day now. But I mean, even during the bear market, my bags were growing. They were making me money. It was just very slow.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden it goes up 15% one day, and I'm like, whoa, okay, you know. And that's where I'm at with it. Like, if you really are scared or you are playing with money you shouldn't be, don't try to be the first one in on a project. Just don't do it.
Yes.
If it's going to be successful, you are still going to make money. I mean, people are buying Doge now at 17, 18 cents, expecting to make money. So if you're talking about this new token that has 8 zeros, what's it going to hurt you to wait till it has 5 zeros before you buy? You know?
Yeah.
So that's just where I'm at with it. And I think that, like you said, then it takes that guesswork out on whether or not a dev is just going to pull the liquidity out of it, or we're working behind the scenes and all those things that you talked about. I just don't get time for that. So
yeah, I mean, and you know, it could happen in any way. I mean, we saw what happened with, you know, with Voyager, and you know, even exchanges aren't, victimless or whatever, because they kind of run the same scam that banks do. You know what I'm saying? They just do it on a different scale, and
we're all okay with it.
Yeah. Yeah. As soon as you put your money in there, it's gone. They don't. It is literally gone. It's not there. You got some fake numbers on the screen, but it's like, these exchanges, they did the same thing, and they really got exposed when the market, went bare. It's like, because you had all these pop-up exchanges. Oh, this new exchange, this exchange. Like I got hit by Voyager. You know what I'm saying? That was my learning lesson with exchanges. I don't keep all my crypto on exchanges. And luckily I only had, I had a little bit of ETH, and I had my entire bag of ApeCoin that was on Voyager. And when they filed for bankruptcy, like they finally did the settlement or whatever, and I got literally an eighth of back what they what I lost.
I lost probably about $2,000 worth, and I still get checks to this day of like $4, $5. I think I got one. Like I literally got an email, I don't know, 2 weeks ago that said, we mailed you a check for like $5.42. If you don't cash it, we're gonna stop sending you checks. And I was like, oh well, shit. Because I don't know. Like I forget that I need to deposit a $5 check.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So
you can't buy anything with $5 anymore.
I know. I mean, the 90.
Hey, in some places that ain't even a gallon of gas.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
You're not getting a value meal at any fast food joint anymore for $5.
Yeah, so I lost the check, so I'm assuming they're not going to mail me any more checks. But I was getting every I don't know if it was like quarterly or monthly. They were tiny little checks that didn't even get close to what I lost. I mean, but I mean, I didn't really use Voyager all that much anyway. I didn't even pay that much attention. I didn't even know like they filed bankruptcy. I don't even know how I got on that like class action to get checks. I don't know. So,
wow.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man. Because because I lost. So at the top of ApeCoin, I was sitting somewhere around $23,000.
Wow.
And when they settled, so after the whole settlement or whatever, I think I had a refund of, and they did it in ApeCoin was like $230 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I just went ahead and I took that and I just transferred it to to one of my trust wallets. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, it is what it is. And I'm, it's just kind of one that I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm not even going to look at, because I'm just so sad because, like as we all say, you didn't really lose the money until you sell or until liquidity's pulled. You know what I'm saying? You ain't really lost it. So it's like, maybe it'll come back. I don't have any hopes for it, but you know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things that, you just take that loss and you roll with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, a lot of people can't, they can't fathom that, but when a lot of us that were successful out of 2020, 2021, and even beforehand, you know what I'm saying? You kind of got a different mindset especially when it comes to your crypto and the value of your your assets that you hold. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you've never held $10,000 before, you're like, oh my God, that's a lot of money. And then you become painfully aware that, $10,000 is not a lot of money. And then when you get your first 100,000, it's like, oh wow, I never imagined. And then it's like, you know what? If I can't even like pay off my house, if I pay off my house, it's gone. Well, after taxes, it's gone. It's like gone. And then it's like, then you get to 1 million, and it's like, oh my God, like people keep telling me you need to cash out. I'm like, all right, well, first of all, 40, I think it's like 47% of that is instantly gone. You know what I'm saying? And then what am I gonna do after that? You know what I mean? Like, well, I can't do this. So I continue to trade and to continue to amass funds because, it's like people that have never seen, like, have access to numbers like that, can't comprehend, and they don't even gain a more understanding of even money, period. You know, it's like, oh, you see, oh, I'm gonna buy this car. Oh, Lambo, everything. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, come on. Well, first, you know, the insurance on a Lamborghini is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
The maintenance, the maintenance alone is ridiculous. Then
you can't call AAA. They don't know what to do with it.
An oil change is $13,000.
Yeah.
Like you get to adding all that up, you know, $1 million ain't shit. It's gone. You know what I'm saying? Why Lambos? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and you know, that's, I try to tell people all the time, you know, if you're going to get into cryptocurrency, you need to, you know, learn, you know, get some experience, learn, and find some people that are actually going to give you the real versus that hype. Oh, you know, this is diamond hands, you know, because those are the people that ain't made no money. Right. They're you are their exit liquidity. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And you are spot on, my friend. Spot on.
Yeah, especially when a dev says that.
Yeah.
Hey, I literally anymore, I literally, even on a DJ play, if I don't catch it, like if I miss it and it goes up past a 2x, then I'll cash out. But as soon as it hits like a 2x, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm on
what I do.
I'm on to the next. You know what I'm saying? Why sticking to something? I made my profit. I'm comfortable with that. Hey, you know, I made a couple $100. Let me take all that. Let me throw it in another DJ, or let me throw it in Solana right now. You know what I'm saying?
No. And also, if you can get successful with that too, you can also start playing on house money, and then it doesn't hurt at all. You know, and that's where we're at. You know,
that's what you should always strive for, especially in the Deegan or the Deegan place. Yeah. Like all of my money at this point is all house money because I made it on the little ones and I built up my bag. And so now that the money I initially put in there, that's all mine. Everything else that I make is all free money. So
and like you said, why just let it sit there too? I mean, and what are you going to do with it if you cash it out? You might as well let it be working for you at some aspect. But when you get a lot of zeros, then that's when you got to be making some safer plays, like we talked about earlier, more blue chip stuff. You know, it's like if you had $10 million to put in the stock market, one, that means you have a lot of money in fiat. Are you going to play things that are, you know, a reach, or are you going to put that in like Amazon and Walmart and things that you know are going to go up? And why not earn that? Because you're not going to earn it in a bank. You know, so that's kind of where I'm at with the blue chips is I'm going to let it sit there and I'm going to let it eat and I'm going to let it grow. But when I start seeing some different things, there's some price points that I'm like, yeah, I'm going to have to move some of that because I don't think it's going to stay there forever. You know,
exactly. You know, you got to have your entry strategy. You got to have an exit strategy.
You do.
Times, you know what I'm saying?
And stick to it. Do not let emotion get the best of you.
Don't get greedy because you will get wrecked.
You will. Absolutely.
You know, especially like here lately, I've been I actually got I think for the past, I would say about past 6 months, I've actually started doing some real trading. Like I'm on MEXC and doing leverage trading and stuff like that. And you know, I'm not comfortable enough to be like, you know what, I'm just gonna do a straight 10 grand. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, I'm still at about 1,000 phase. I started off with $10.
I was gonna say 10 to 100 to 1,000.
I started off with $10. I said, let me see if I can turn this $10 into 20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it was like, okay, well, I turned it into 20. Let me see if I can turn it into $100. You know, and then
smart man. That's smart.
I lost it all. You know what I'm saying? I lost my $20. So then
you lost your $10 though.
Well, yeah, I lost my $10.
You know, I mean, you didn't lose the 20, you lost the 10. So, but that's not 1,000.
Exactly.
That's smart.
I started small and, you know, I started doing, you know, I started getting more, doing more, started off with like a 5X, you know, just 5X leverage, you know, and nothing big. And then I slowly worked my way up to where, you know, once I got up to $100, I was like, okay, let me try 50X on something. So, you know, and it started going up. And I was like, I panicked. I was like, oh, wait a minute, sell, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, okay, now it's 250. Okay, what do I need to do with this? And then I was like, ooh, let me, you know, I made that. Let me, you know, I got the jitters, you know, the beginner jitters, you know, and it's like, 200X right now. and I ended up going to bed that night on a 200x leverage. I woke up with nothing, of course. But yeah.
Yeah.
No, the worst is when like you're scared to go to sleep.
Yeah, stupid sleep.
Yeah, at that time, like anything can happen, and you're not going to catch it. You're not going to see it.
The Asian market goes nuts while I'm asleep, and
Yeah.
screws me up. Yeah.
What I started doing, at least with these soul coins that I've been getting in, by when I'm ready to go to bed, I'll sell my initial and keep my profit in there, so that if I wake up to nothing, I don't feel so bad.
Yeah.
Because my initial's been taken out. So because I've been throwing, $50, $70 into these coins and just 3xing a lot of them and just getting completely out of it. So
And the best thing, for me, especially now, especially on new projects and stuff, I don't go into the socials. I don't go into TG. Like, especially if I consider it a DGen, like, caddy poo poo coin, just came out. It's getting, I'm not even going into the TG because I already know it's going to be a bunch of bullshit.
I don't want to hear it.
Devs are going to say stuff. The community's going to be like, "Yeah, we're going to diamond hand to the moon." All that hype. I don't even want to listen to that. I want to see my 2x, and when I get my 2x, I'm out. What I mean? And
it's a good strategy, man.
But even and other stuff, it's like, other than I got a small amount of monies that I have just solely for DGen stuff. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I try to inform and tell people all the time, look, you if you are going to play in DGen stuff, you have to have DGen money. Don't be playing with your big bags. Don't be playing with your big blue chips. Don't sell your big stuff to go piddle around in the unless you've made enough to where you'd be like, you know what? All right, I got 100 Ethereum right now. I'm gonna take one Ethereum, especially right now, because it's what, you know what I'm saying? I'll take one Ethereum, and that's my play money. You know what I'm saying? And you can sit around with that and just you can mess around all kinds of, especially like on BNB. You can take a couple that you take a couple $1,000 and literally piss it away on a bunch of different DGen stuff, and it'll either you'll make it one place and then you'll lose it another, or whatever the case may be. But at the same, you're not losing the majority of your money playing around with DGen stuff. You know what I'm saying?
And I think it's really important that if you're going to do these DGen plays, make sure you have a whole separate wallet where you don't, it's not your main wallet or even close to, just open a brand new one to do these plays. Because
people connect to their wallets this thing they shouldn't be connecting it to sometimes.
I don't connect to anything, like, ever. If it's not, with these souls, if it's not on Radium or Jupiter, I'm not
out. That's good. That's smart.
Yeah, absolutely. And I tell people that all the time that you shouldn't only just diversify your crypto, you should diversify your wallets as well. I'm on right now, I'm on wallet 30, that I have offline stuff, you know what I'm saying, that I got crypto sitting in it. It's totally offline and it's in a safe, and I got my seed phrases like split up. You know what I'm saying? Or, it's like it's a hide and seek to find my seed phrases. Like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's things like that you got to do to protect yourself, and especially like you said, connecting to random shit. That is a very hard lesson to learn too. When you can watch a wallet get drained.
Everything out of that wallet. I've seen it before. I've watched my friends' money just taken out one by one. And it's all, and they knew it was a link on Discord that they connected to, and that was it.
I've seen it happen. I've just been lucky enough it wasn't to me.
Right.
Yeah. But it's pretty sad.
Yeah, I've never had it happen to me yet. I should knock on wood, but I don't connect to anything. I'm like,
no, me either.
Like security girl when it comes to that. So
I actually even have a different PC that has all my crypto stuff on it. It's not even hooked to the internet unless I'm making a trade, and then I unplug it from the internet and I'm done with it. I don't do anything but trade on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And use the Brave browser when I do that too. So there's no ads or nothing. Because I'm not going to work that hard for my money and then just let somebody steal it from me. At least I hope not.
Yes, absolutely. So look, all right. So I, of course, this is called Behind the Bullshit, and I always ask my guests. I got 2 questions.
Sure.
Always 2. It's always the same 2 questions, and I spring it. I don't even, especially some people that haven't seen the show all the way through. They're just like, oh wait, there's, what I mean? And these questions are a little bit tougher than some may think. Okay, so
yeah, we're an open book, man. We'll always be honest. So throw it our way.
You have 2 bullshit moments in your either you could say either your content creator career or your crypto trading career. You have a positive bullshit moment where it's like, you know what, this was kind of some bullshit, but it actually helped me along. It helped further me either as a professional or as a trader. And then you have your negative bullshit moment where you're like, this was some straight bullshit. Like, this shouldn't happen to anybody. This is ridiculous. And I don't wish this on my worst enemy. So what would be your guys' first, like your positive bullshit moment? I'll tell you where, with to just give you an example. Okay. Like with mine, my positive is when someone told me that I didn't have enough subs for them to come on to my show. And I was like, man, that's some bullshit. But you know what? It gave me a little bit more of a drive to be like, you know what? Yes. I took a little bit of self-reflection. I was like, you know what? Hey, it's fine, but I'm comfortable with that. That actually made me do just look at myself and be like, am I doing too much or am I just or and then I kind of go like, you know what? No, I'm cool. So I stopped questioning myself as a content creator, because some people like it, some people don't. So, it is what it is. Yeah. But, that was my positive bullshit moment.
I would say for me, it's very similar to that. I felt like there was a point in this whole process where we kind of were trying all these different things. And I think it was for good, but then it finally just hit. And I really don't know what the moment was, but it finally just hit. Is like, we're the only us. So let's just be us. Let's not try to be fake. And we weren't really trying to be fake, but we were doing different segments that, we're trying to be catchy and things like that. And it was like, no, let's just be us. Because at the end of the day, we are all very comfortable if this thing turns into nothing. Because at least it's an hour or 2 every week we set aside that we get to hang out with each other. So, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, let's just do it. Let's just be real. Let's just see what happens. And, and so that's probably where I was at for the positive one.
Okay. Holly?
So I actually have both my answers in one.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
Both. I think for both positive and ain't that some bullshit. I would have to say getting exiled out of the Safe Moon community was a blessing to me. It was not only a positive, it was a very much negative. At the time, it was, my feelings were hurt, and it was all because of, I honestly still to this day don't know, just because one asshole didn't like me.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he rallied around and made sure that, nobody else did. And they kind of gave me the boot out of there. But little do they know, I thank them for that. And it made it positive because I took off those glasses. I removed myself out of that cult. And I'm starting to see other projects and seeing, crypto for what it is instead of, Diamond Hand, Safe Moon. Well, no, that was the best thing that could have happened to me is removing those glasses, removing that freaking Safe Moon scarlet letter I had on my my and I'm thriving. I'm doing well in other projects, and I'm making additional friends that at the time I wasn't friends with because they didn't like Safe Moon, so it was but it was a blessing more than anything for me. At the time, yes, it was bullshit. Even though I still think it's bullshit, but it's also a positive. So
okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, now Holly and I think a little bit more alike now.
Yeah.
Because we're 4 different personalities. We all have different ideas and different things like that. And I think that I was kind of more along the lines of seeing some of the BS when it came to some of the Safe Moon stuff a little bit early. I mean, we can still be friends though. I mean, we had intelligent conversations and we still love each other. It's not like we were at each other's throats. But I think this girl right here is one of the smartest people in this that I've met in this Web3 crypto area. But I think even there was some stuff to be learned there that she's learned. And also, Holly, I think you're a lot happier too now. So
I am. It's like a weight. Yeah. This dark cloud was just, you don't know it while you're in it, but when you get out, it's like, holy shit, I see the light.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thing I've ever been through in my life. But yes, I am much happier, and like I am more open to say how I feel and what I'm thinking. And before I refuse to do that. Yeah. So, you know, people don't like.
No, they don't.
They hate that I have a voice, and the voice just isn't in their favor.
Yep.
Yeah. I just think it's funny. Like, what happened to be kind? Just because you don't agree with what I have to say doesn't mean I'm not being kind. Sheesh.
Yeah. Yes, it does, Holly.
Yeah, wrong.
You're terrible. You're being mean.
You're so wrong at everything you do.
It's the craziest thing. Just because I say be kind every day in my morning tweet, I'm not allowed to have an opinion, especially if there's like, it's the weirdest thing to me. But
yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, Safe Moon Army.
Appreciate you.
What about you, Caleb? What was your positive?
Positive was kind of like what Josh was saying. What I really enjoyed when we interviewed people was just get to know them outside of their project, just getting to know the person themselves, and just growing that way as friendships. Made a lot of new friends through just after the interview. You know, like Josh was saying earlier, that we speak probably one guest we spoke with like 2-3 hours after we were done interviewing them. And
we finally had to shut it down.
Yeah, we had to shut it down. So just getting to know the people away from their projects, I enjoy that a lot. I think that's a positive.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my negative was the same with Holly, just seeing what they did with Holly and how they treated her.
Yeah.
And I kind of got off socials for a while after that because I just didn't like seeing it.
No, I'm strong. I let you guys know. I let you know because I get a text message from Josh. Do I need to intervene?
Yeah.
No, not yet. There's only been one time that's like, all right, guys, I need you.
Yeah.
Getting like attacked.
I didn't ask the last time though. I just jumped in.
Usually I tell them no, don't get involved. I'll be fine. Like, I'm a strong girl. You can say whatever you want to me. I'm very confident in myself.
Oh, absolutely.
You can't really say anything that's going to cut me to the core because you don't know me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and Caleb, he's this giant guy. He's like 6'8". He makes Holly look like a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
And so he wants to like protect her, but like there's too many keyboard warriors that won't ever say anything face to face, you know.
Yeah.
And I would love to see some of them stand up next to Caleb. It would make me laugh.
Well, you know, and you know that's the main problem with a lot of these communities and stuff like that. And like I say, I got my big fair share of it, and my experience with, you know, that whole cultish mentality and stuff through Saitama. And because of Saitama, you know, I became because I was one that was like, I'd walk on eggshells, you know, anytime something, you know, was like said, I was like, you know, I'm just going to let you guys go. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like now it's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, man, let's call these people out for what they are. Call the bullshit out seriously, man, because, you know, people coming into these, into the crypto space, you know, they're really ignorant to the stuff that we've come across and we've learned. And, you know, us, you know, as responsible people, man, we need to inform people like, hey, you know what? This ain't all sunshine and rainbows. Your $100 ain't going to turn to $1 million overnight. Look, it's some hard work, especially, you know, even from the DJing space, even from just looking at some charts, man, because this is not child's play. This is especially if you're trying to make some real money and you're trying to spend some real money. Hey, you need to get some education about yourself. You need to learn that you don't connect to random Telegram or Discord links. Don't click on random shit. You know what I'm saying? Stay off of it. You'll save yourself a lot of headache and money.
Yeah. No kidding.
That is the truth. The shit.
Seriously, man. I'm tired of seeing it. And you know, anymore, like, I don't even feel sorry for people. I used to be like, oh man, that's so sad. What can we do to help this person? You know what I'm saying? And like now it's like, hey, you use the dummy for doing that.
That's screwed up.
That's for you.
My favorite saying is don't be dumb. Just don't be dumb. If you think it's too good to be true, it is. Don't be dumb.
That's why I need one a soundboard so I can get that one what was it? That was dumb. That was really dumb.
Yeah.
Dumb. That's oh my gosh, that's too funny.
You know, it's like, you know, I'm tired of seeing it, and then like say I got to a point where I was just really tired of seeing it and just stayed away from different shit. And then it was like, you know what? No, I'm calling these idiots out. You know what I mean? Because you are being an idiot by pissing your money away like that, especially when you're talking about, oh, I can't pay my rent next month. Yeah. Well, first of all, you fucked up there because you shouldn't have spent your rent money. You know, second of all, you're even more dumb for just pissing it away on cat turd, emu, you know, moon, you know, token on Avalanche or something. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, like, what are you doing? Like, come on, this isn't, you know, and like I say, you know, this is a different type of cryptocurrency nowadays. The whole industry, you know, even from, you know, 2 years now, you know, 2 years ago, you know, it's a different type of stuff, man.
It's
I mean,
a different game.
You know, you had the, you know, where you was just pissing, you know, you could just throw money just about anything and make some money. And now there's so many, like, of course, we had a lot of tokens launching, but there are so many tokens launching nowadays. It's ridiculous.
You cannot keep up. Just
I don't even try.
Yeah, no, I do. And
I know you do.
But one thing too is quit listening to influencers.
Yes.
Stop it. Don't be dumb, because they're literally, first off, they are probably got all their tokens free to shill that project. Second of all, they probably have more money than you, so they don't really care what happens.
Yeah.
Just don't be dumb. Stop.
And they don't care about you whatsoever. They're just being paid by the highest bidder, and they're going to always lead you astray.
Or the ones that are just out for attention. Those are the scary ones, because it's like, what are you even talking about?
Yeah, if they're shilling 5 to 6 tokens a week.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You know, it's like you gotta wise up to the game a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know, honestly, but on the real, I have listened to some of the influencers shilling the newer ones, and that's how I found out about them. And I would get in, but you better get in and get out.
You gotta get out.
You got the first pump. I promise that's going to be the highest one it goes to. Yeah. So get out immediately. Get in,
and you
out.
have to get out before that influencer gets out, because odds are they may have more tokens than anybody else.
or you gotta beat the dev.
Beat the dev. That should be a board game. Beat the dev.
Seriously. Oh.
You know, but like I say, you know, it's great to talk to other people with like-minded stuff. You know what I'm saying? That we can talk about this stuff, and even, you know, like even just coming across other people that, you know, say I might like a token, you may not like the token. Hey, let's have a discussion about it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you might inform me that, you know, something that I don't know. Maybe I might inform you on something that you don't know. But don't, you know, people need to learn how to have an honest conversation, especially when it comes to investing. If you are real about your money, you are going to be open to be like, you know what? Okay, well, they said this. Yeah. Let me see if that's true. You know what I'm saying? Let me go. Let me see if I can verify this piece of information. And if you can't verify it, hey, question the person that said it. Like, hey, where's your source? Where's your source for this? I'm not arguing. You know, this isn't an argument. This is just a conversation. Like, hey, you said this. I tried to find it. Maybe you can lead me in the direction to find it. And if they can't give you a source, you know what I mean? It's like,
It ain't real.
Don't buy that one.
What are you making it up? I mean, like, come on, man. You're like, oh well, me and the dev have I'm real close to the dev. We have, we they share all the information,
and it's only because he liked one comment you put on X. Makes you best friends with the dev.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is too funny.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy crap. When you say it out loud, it sounds really ridiculous. I can't wait to watch this one back because I'm going to be like,
but it's crazy because it's the same rhetoric every single time.
Is.
It's the same. There may be variations to how it happens.
Yes.
But it's literally the same game plan every single time. And then, like I say, there's other tools, there's resources that we have nowadays to look at different stuff. Like I use breadcrumbs, you know what I'm saying, to check out, different wallets. I'm like, okay, well, all right, if this is the dev wallet, let me see what other wallets it's connected to. Oh, they were connected to shit turd. They was connected. They launched, what I mean? It's like, you would be surprised how many devs are the same devs for a lot of rug pulls and scams.
Unbelievable. It is unbelievable.
Even people that say they're reputable, they are, they've been in the space for a long time, and they have had their hand in more projects than you can count. You know what I'm saying? And like say, resources like that, I didn't know about that stuff, 3 years ago. You know what I mean? It's like that wasn't like public. I mean, you can go the blockchain the route, you know what I'm saying? But unless you are really adept to reading like Etherscan, you know what I mean? It's like you go to try to follow stuff, and it's like, but like I'll use like breadcrumbs, and I'll be like, oh, well, that's connected to that. Then I'll be like, okay. Then I'll go check the blockchain, be like, okay, oh yeah, that is true. Oh, what happened? What? Wait a minute. They also airdropped so and so influencer. It's like, what?
Yeah, Holly and I would have hours and hours conversations of like looking into wallets and different things like that. And sometimes we couldn't quite figure out what was going on, but we knew it wasn't good, and we stayed away from it. And I think more times than not, those projects ended up not doing very well because it was a scam. It just was. Yeah. I mean, it looked good. It was wrapped up real pretty. You had somebody out front that people respected and liked. But, unfortunately, we've had a lot of really good guests on, but there's been some that when it was all said and done, just something about the tone, something about the way they shared it, things like that just made me actually not believe in it whatsoever.
So have you ever had a guest on that it turned out that they was not honest?
Yeah. And they still have a project today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, who is it? I need to know who is it.
No. I mean,
how much hate do you want your DMs?
Well, I mean, like you look into that project, and first off, there's no volume in any of their projects. Second of all, that project in particular has one wallet that has over 20%. No, it has 20% of the total supply. Yeah. One wallet.
Right there.
But it's never going to sell.
Yeah.
It's never going to
sell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a multi-sig wallet, but there's only one developer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
the crazy thing to me is, do you realize that in order, and this is, I don't think that they like comprehend this in their brains, but in order to live off reflections, you have to sell them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you mean you're never gonna sell? So what are those reflections that you're living off gonna do to that chart?
Yeah.
Especially that chart doesn't have no volume.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Oh, man, you got her fired up. You got her fired up, man.
No.
I had my first experience. Well, so as far as a guest that I had on my show, I had a project called Metapolitans on my show, and it got rugged. So, and that was my first and only rug pull that I've had on my show. You know what I mean? But even then, that was a learning lesson for me to do a bigger dive on, because, you know what I mean, my name and my reputation, is because I want to provide people with, options, not saying, hey, go buy this token, you know what I'm saying? But I want to give them the option, be like, hey, you know what? The dev's right here. Here's some questions. I'm asking plenty of questions. Hey, maybe you may ask something that I can't, that I thought of to ask.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they can give out all the information. They can explain the project from front to finish. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, people can make an educated decision on whether they want to invest or not. You know what I'm saying?
You nailed it. That's basically what we do with our guests too.
Yeah, you know, and I don't want to ruin my name by like, hey, I'm steadily promoting shit coins. I'm steadily, you know, I'm steadily having these weird ass devs that don't want to show their face on my show. You know what I'm saying? And like, because I've had a few guests that, you know, that they wouldn't, you know, they didn't want to show their face on the screen, but I always make them docs to me. You will show me your face. You're gonna, you know what I'm saying? It's like I always, you know, to try to protect myself, I always have them do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this was one that, you know, they really they hid who was all involved with the project. And there was one in particular. His name's Sway. He's very known in the space. You know what I'm saying? He was Banana Task Force or some shit like that. That they had this, you know, metaverse and everything. I didn't know. If I had known, you know, if I had even heard his name brought up at any given time, I wouldn't have. You know, of course, I got paid for that for that AMA, that show, you know, and to promote it for I think it was like 2 weeks. You know what I mean? And I got paid neat. You know, I didn't take tokens, you know, whatever. But if I had heard his name at any given time, even remotely attached to that project, I would have been like, "Hey, here's your money back. I'm not touching." But that was hidden. And even for a lot of the influencers that were talking about it, you know, that small part of it was hidden from a lot of us, you know what I mean? And so when they launched, and there was all this hype, I had videos of me walking through the metaverse. Oh, this is gonna be cool when everybody gets to join in, you know, this and that. Little did I know that was just like the lobby, you know what I mean? Like that was there just to have something to show, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
people hyped.
15 minutes after it launched, you know, Sway pulled he didn't pull all of it immediately, but he pulled as much as he could and claimed that he took what was owed to him from the previous project, which was Banana Task Force or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, wait a minute, you know, do you realize you would have made that, you know, especially with the hype that was behind it, you know, because there was a lot of hype behind it. You would have eventually made your money back anyway, but to immediately do that, and you know, not only you just basically scammed all the investors, but you made a fool of everybody that was talking about it.
Yeah.
You know, we made a conscious decision a long time ago to never take money for any of that kind of stuff from anybody. If we make money on that, it's going to be from views and, you know, time watched and things like that. But we've never, and I'll tell you, it's ridiculous the number of people that don't believe us, but we have never taken a token from anyone, not that's been on our show, not that hasn't been on our show. And it's just so that we can be open and honest about things, because if somebody's paying you, it's going to change the way you think at some point, you know, at some level. And so we just don't do that. But people still don't believe it, though. For whatever reason, people still think that we've made money and we have inside information and all this stuff. And it's like, we're just trying to be that one other step that can help you get to know the project. And also, we'll take you out of reality for about an hour. And we're going to have a good time. And that's just what we do. So,
yeah, because crypto is stressful. It can be very.
Yeah, you got to get out of it from time to time. You have to.
Well, I want to know when you're coming on our podcast.
Yeah.
Anytime. Hey, let's do it. I'm ready, man.
Yeah, because we will have a taste test.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
What are we tasting?
I don't know.
Well, don't know yet, but it's going to be good.
Oh, okay.
It's not going to be good.
No, it won't be good. That was a lie. That was a lie.
No, we don't have good
This
things.
is what we did last week.
Mustard flavored soda. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, it wasn't good.
my stomach's bubbling just thinking about that.
Mine did.
It was bad.
Actually, about 15 minutes later, I was like, why is my stomach rumbling? I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
And it's
It's
like,
bad.
I'll be back.
Yeah. No, someday you've got to come on some point. Now, we probably won't have one for the next couple of weeks because we're not going to have one on Easter, and we'll be in Vegas the following week. But seriously, soon we should do that. Actually, we probably won't we'll have one. We probably shouldn't have a guest the following week because I'm moving that weekend.
Oh,
So
sure.
it'll be like completely crazy, but we won't forget you, man. And
No.
I just wanted to say something. I don't know when this is ending, but before it ends, I wanted to say something. So I know what you're trying to do because we've been there, but I also think you're going to be super successful with it. You got the voice, you got the look, you got the attitude.
Oh.
I loved your intro, by the way, too.
Oh,
But I really do think, man, that you're going to be good to go, and we're rooting for you. And
Yeah.
I said that earlier about people we like will do whatever. Reach out, we'll come on again if it helps, But
Hey.
if you do come to Kansas City, hook me up or
Midwest Fest.
What is it?
It was called Midwest Fest.
Midwest.
And it's in Kansas City. Because holler at me and we'll go out to eat.
hey, and I'll fly over there.
Yeah, Holly's crazy. She'll fly in.
Mhm.
I had it up and then my page refreshed and then I just lost it again. Yeah, and so it's a big oh man, I need to Google it. But it's supposed to be like it's for like content creators and stuff like that, where it's just like a gathering.
June 7th, Friday, June 7th through Sunday, June 9th. And it is in Kansas City.
Is that Alberta Hall? Does it say?
Way too much.
It was one question.
Hy-Vee Arena. Hy-Vee? Hy-Vee?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, Holly, that's where you came and watched us play basketball.
Oh my gosh.
That's the same place.
Yeah, if you go, let us know for real. I'll fly over there and we'll all meet up and go to dinner.
Yeah, for sure.
That would be awesome.
I'm wide open that weekend, so holler at us, man. I'd love to do see you and me in person and hang out and do whatever. But
yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to get the Rio guys to come out. Like Rick and Kyle.
That will be awesome.
Trying to get them to come out. You know what I mean? Because that would be. I think they're going to be at. It was in Dallas. Dream Hack.
Yeah,
I think they're going to Dream Hack, but I was asking them if they was going to Midwest Fest, but I don't know if they're going yet. I'm gonna have to link up with them.
Well,
there's Rick right there.
Yeah,
Rick,
if you get Rick to come out there, he's got to buy dinner.
That would be so much fun. It would be so much fun to get to I've met Rick. I got to meet Rick already. I haven't met Kyle in person, just on the podcast.
Yeah.
That would be.
I've already put it on my calendar, man. So if you do make it, you let us know.
Yeah. Oh, and we they are planning a big Rio thing for they haven't decided the place yet. It's either going to be in Florida or it's going to be in I think Bahamas.
Oh wow.
I don't know. Either or, but yeah, it's going to be a nice time. It's going to be nice. It's for the whole Rio release party stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's all the content creators and stuff. Everybody's invited. Cancun. Oh, he said okay. It's either Florida or Cancun.
Cancun. Oh my gosh, Cancun would be amazing. I haven't been there.
Hey, I'm gonna have my margaritas like this.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be another great time for everybody to get to meet each other, and you know what I mean. Because like I said, I'm all about collabs. I'm all about networking and stuff like that. Because especially nowadays, especially people in crypto, you know what I mean. Networking and collabs goes a long way because there are so many people doing it now. Like 2-3 years ago, it's the same with the cryptocurrencies. 2 or 3 years ago, there was like a main few that was doing it, and they got that big following. But now, you got hundreds of content creators talking about cryptocurrency now. You know what I mean? And it's just like it's like with the projects, it's diluted the market. It's spread it out a lot more because now you got all these little individual communities and stuff like that, So I think, with collabs and stuff like that, it's beneficial for anybody in the space. I had a guy reach out to me, a couple months ago, and he was like, "Hey, thinking about doing this. I see what you're doing, and man, you made it." And I said, "No, I ain't. I'm still small. I'm a small creator, But I said, hey, you know what? I said, here's what I did when I got started and everything. And I was his first sub on YouTube. And, it was, I need to check up on him and see how he's doing. But
Yeah.
I told him, I said, look, man, I said this. I gave him. I sat for like an hour and just talking. Like, hey, this is the real. This is the struggle and stuff, and really learn it. I said, what, and then I was like, how much do you know about crypto? He's like, well, not much. And I'm like, well, you need to get started.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, and on that note too, man, we don't even really care if it benefits us as long as it benefits whoever we're trying to help. So
Yeah,
really, if anything in the future, reach out. I mean, the worst thing we can do is say no, but
Yeah.
we probably won't. Because I'm not sure we ever have.
Well, guys, I do have to jet. I got to spend some time. I just got home from work, so I was gone for a few days. So, man, this was very, very awesome. We will definitely be doing this again. I will definitely be coming to you guys' channel, man, because it's
awesome.
I love talking to people, and I can sit here and ramble all night.
Oh, us too. My wife is actually texting me like, how much longer? Because we're in like a temporary place, so I'm like in the living room doing this. Next time you come on, I'll actually have my office again. So
yeah,
but yeah, no, for sure, man. It's been our pleasure. It's been my pleasure. You seem like a really great guy, and can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. I really appreciate you guys' time. It's very interesting to hear your beginnings and how you guys got linked up together and how it all came to be. There's so many amazing stories out here, man.
Oh, we got lots more too. Let me tell you. Maybe one of these days we won't be so shy with names.
Maybe.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what, and I specifically say this is unfiltered, unedited, and unsponsored because this is my opportunity and anyone else's opportunity to kind of just get on here and just spill the beans, spill the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And it's just no one's going to learn and no one's going to get wise to the game unless we have conversations and talk about it and stuff like that. It's just
absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's some of the conversations we get into, whoa, watch out.
No doubt.
Absolutely. So, hey, so with that being said, I really appreciate everybody that came out to watch and or listen. This is streamed across multiple platforms, and you can also listen to the audio of this. If you missed a bunch, you can go back. It's on SoundCloud, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you like to listen to your podcast, iTunes. This is the audio will also be posted on those different platforms. So, it's I love having these conversations, and it's very interesting with the diverse backgrounds and the diverse, just even from where you guys started from, to where you potentially may end up, because you never know. Y'all may this may be the next Joe Rogan podcast. You know what I'm saying? For, like I'm gonna be watching you guys. I'm gonna be like, I was on that show one time. I talked to them.
Hey, if we ever get that famous, you're gonna come back on the show again.
Right.
And and like I say, with that being said, I appreciate you guys' time, guys and gal. I'm sorry, I'm so used to saying it, but
she's a bro.
Yeah,
bro. Definitely check out Rio.stream. They are supporting small content creators. The great thing about Rio is you don't have to do anything different from what you're already doing. All you have to do is have a Twitch or a YouTube, attach your account or create your account on Rio, attach your account to it, and anytime you start your stream, it automatically goes to Rio. It helps especially with smaller content creators to get some extra exposure that these larger platforms do not provide you. Anytime you have 5 or less viewers, you get put in the featured carousel to help you get your viewership up and get you some more exposure. And I have found and come across quite a few very entertaining content creators just by going through the carousel and shooting them follows, subs, and interacting with them in their chats, because all that stuff helps with analytics and stuff. So definitely check out Rio.stream if you are an interested content creator. Also, one of the best DeFi portfolio viewers in the market, Links. Yes, it's my app. I am COO and co-founder of Links Crypto App, the #1 DeFi portfolio viewer in the space. It is
I know this.
yeah.
How did I not know this? This is so crazy.
You didn't do your own research, Holly?
I saw links up there and I was like, okay, like how is he affiliated? And I had no idea.
Yes. I am COO and co-founder. Actually, Spencer, one of the original, we were the original Worldwide Crypto duo, and he is the developer on Links. We've been business partners ever since, and it's great, man. You know, the main purpose of Links and why it was created is because we got tired of seeing people connecting their wallets to random bullshit just to view the value of their tokens. So Links was created, and all you do is copy and paste your wallet address, and Links will auto-populate all your tokens associated with that wallet without any wallet connection. It's one of, you might as well say the safest way to view your portfolio. And the beauty about that is Links starts tracking tokens from when the liquidity pools are created on ETH, BSC, and Polygon. So definitely, if you don't know what Links is, definitely check it out. And if you are a developer and you have a wallet or anything like that, definitely check out. We are now selling our API, WebSocket, and Node service. And we have a lot of people that are currently using it, especially some wallets. And, they are proud to say that they get their values and stuff before Trust Wallet on a lot of these smaller tokens that end up that launch, and people just want to see what the value is. So they don't have to beg for CMC or CG anymore. You can see the value of your tokens when it launches. So definitely check out Links, and also check out, man, we're doing a lot of great things over at playnacl.com. The North American Collegiate League is the esports and entertainment organization that hosts video game tournaments and league play for universities, colleges, offering scholarship prizes. We also are a branding company. So if you have a brand, you want to get into the realm of esports, you want to have a verified place to do that, a legal verified place to do that. We do brand management, content. We have a lot of amazing brand ambassadors as well to work with. So definitely check us out over at Play NACL, and it helps the kids because we get these kids scholarships to achieve their dreams into the esports realm. So definitely check us out. With that being said, like I say once again, I appreciate all you all. This has been amazing. This has been awesome. Hey, check me out tomorrow, Rio Wednesdays, where I support smaller content creators. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. EST, I go through Rio and basically just shoot follows and subs and interact with other smaller content creators to help them get the support that they need. And I do that for however long. I think the longest one I was like 3 hours. I was just going through and just talking to people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We as content creators, we help each other, and this is part of my way to help other content creators. Is I go through Rio and I just shoot subs. So anytime they're live, if you're a content creator, you don't even have to have a Rio account, because Rio has the API for Twitch and YouTube. Mm-hmm. Anytime someone is live streaming, they automatically it's automatically shown, and you can go to that creator, you can look them up, whatever. It's just basically a streaming platform aggregator, and they are working on a TikTok live integration. So definitely check that out. As long as TikTok does get banned in the United States, this is going to be an amazing addition to Rio. And
our season 3 starts in 3 weeks, and you might just see it on Rio. We'll have to see what happens in 3 weeks.
Let's go. Hey, and I'll tell you the second best thing about Rio is when you are tipped through Rio, you get 100% of your tips. Other platforms, if you get a super chat, the platform takes half. Rio, through Rio, you get 100% of your tips. So if someone tips you 100 gems, you will get that entire 100 gems. So definitely give Rio a try. Check it out. You ain't got to do anything different. If you're already streaming, just create your own account, you automatically get your streams to Rio. It's that simple. Very easy stuff. Mm-hmm. So thank you everybody that showed up. Thank you for listening, watching, viewing. Thank you all, man. This has been very, very amazing.
It's been awesome.
We will definitely do this again. I will be visiting your channel when we get that lined up, and I will see y'all next time.
See you, man.
Yeah. Bye.
Monster inside of me, you better watch out if you ignite me. The road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit.